Welcome to the longest interpretation of the Intechtual collection. On this tape we are going to show two different haircuts that represent the same feeling in longer hair. Our first model, we are going to part off very low, anticipating a head shape that is going to have a very round, strong external element. In traditional menswear fashion, we will come in on a vertical parting on the right front hairline and create a guideline for the internal shape. The design objective for this particular haircut is in keeping with the Intechtual collection, in that we are going to try and create a more lean interior shape, a very strong horizontal feeling in the perimeter, and have a pronounced effect from the layering. This particular haircut is going to take the idea of leanness and width to an extreme. After creating the initial guide, we will just follow it section by section with our fingers pointing up, standing directly in front of the hair that we're cutting. The objective of this technique is to simply introduce a vertical feeling into the shape while maintaining the optimum amount of volume. Just following your guideline from section to section, working around the head shape, always referring to your previously cut hair for balance. By keeping our subdivision very low, it's going to ensure optimum amount of volume or fullness above the round of the head to bring into the final shape. Now as we move into the hair above the round of the head, you'll see we are creating a totally new horizontal parting, going from lower in the back and higher to the front. The objective here is to create a parting that mirrors the exterior line we are trying to create. By memorizing the angle that you're holding the hair and the elevation, you can move up through the head shape and cut basically the finished form of the haircut. So as we move up the head shape, we start to elevate the hair higher up to introduce the layered feeling or the graduated feeling through the lengths in section 4. Still using the same guide from our first section above the round of the head, and following that guide through to the center. As you master this technique, you will learn that you can rotate the amount of elevation that you use to create more volume or less volume in different places in the head shape. This much elevation in the rear of the head shape is going to cause more layering and remove weight. But as we move forward, if we lower that, we will maintain more weight in the front perimeter. So you always start with the guide that you've created below the round of the head and follow it up until you have worked to a point past the center of the head shape. And finally, we will come through section 4, right on the front hairline. And without tension, we will create the final perimeter line. As we have said throughout the Intechtual collection, from a design standpoint, the horizontal feeling in the perimeter lines is imperative to making the shapes work. And we feel that fronts that are conspicuously short or a bit too long create the right feeling for this collection. Again, sideburns should be cut to the middle of the ear or shorter. And now we will work some spray gel through the hair. and with warm air and very little tension, we'll dry the shape out into its finished form. And this is the first of our long interpretations of the Intechtual collection, before and after. The next interpretation of the Intechtual collection will again feature a longer front with a different interior shape. After applying a little bit of texture cream to the hair, we will part it off again extremely low. And because of the inconsistencies in the hair texture around the perimeter of this model's hair, we are going to start on the front hairline with a shear cut to try and manage the extremely curly hair up in the front sideburn and temple area. Applying leave-in conditioner before we start the haircut will ensure a constant moisture throughout the cutting process. We will take these vertically shear cut sections from the front hairline to just behind the ear. Again, working section to section with our fingers pointing straight up, creating a guideline and following it around the head. But as we move into the back of the haircut, we're going to try using a blending shear to cut a relatively solid line in the hopes of neutralizing the inconsistencies of the hair texture. This process gives you a very similar surface to razor cutting, but if the hair has a tendency to be at all dry, it seems to ensure that you won't have any of the occasional dryness that you seem to get from using a razor in hair that has a tendency to be brittle in the first place. Very important as you work to always keep that visual image of where you're reducing the most bulk. And this is back to a more conventional head shape where the objective is to remove the most amount of weight in the widest part of the head. Almost working towards a bit longer length in the perimeter. Now that we've gotten to the tighter curl on the other side of the head, we will move back into working with a conventional straight shear. Finishing up the section below the round of the head, we are going to start moving in conventional horizontal partings up the head shape. Again, using the blending shear to create a relatively solid shape and hoping to maintain the same surface feeling throughout the haircut. As we move forward, we're dropping the elevation a little bit in the haircut in order to keep an extremely long feeling towards the front. Taking 1-inch wide sections and just moving up the head shape to the center. With this haircut, we're increasing the elevation with every section as we move up the head shape. Again, more elevation towards the rear of the haircut is going to take out more weight and add to the layered feeling of the interior shape. Now you will notice towards the front we drop the elevation and direct the hair back away from the face to maintain length. After we've worked to the center of the head shape, we repeat the same sectioning procedure on the other side of the head, introducing more elevation towards the rear, and dropping the elevation somewhat and directing the hair away from the face as we move towards the front. Working section by section to the center of the head shape. With this technique, we will be connecting the hair to the guideline we've cut below the round of the head with every section. Again, dropping the hair as we move forward to maintain more weight and length in the front hairline. Now, after finish cutting the hair in section 3 on both sides of the head, we will pull it up and cut straight across the top, taking out the point and creating a larger, wider neutral area through the haircut. Again, the hair will be blown dry with a leave-in conditioner. Without a lot of tension and just warm air to encourage it into the finished shape. And then without tension, we will detail the perimeter lines. The entire Intechtual collection is based on having a very healthy, natural shine in the hair. Also, we like to use products that don't leave the hair looking too fixed or contrived. The combination of leave-in conditioner that we applied to this haircut before we started and a liberal amount of texture cream at the end is going to give the haircut the optimum finished surface. In this entire collection of haircuts, having a natural surface that is healthy and shiny and looks pliable or touchable is imperative. So we'll work the texture cream through the mids, roots, and ends. And allow the hair to air dry the rest of the way. And here you have the last of our long interpretations of the Intechtual collection before and after.